Alrighty, how's it going once again, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Purified Podcast. My name is Luis Palacios with my co-host, Chris. How's it going, my good man?
Hello.
Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. I had a great day off, and I'm definitely ready to talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
Talk all day, talk all things, and everything that we can go through, you know? We got so many news for you guys to talk about today. My game is going crazy because we're like in the middle of a tropical storm in the Gulf right now. So every time I drift, now this is something that I will tell you guys right now and anybody who's listening. I live under 2 cells in Pokemon GO. So every time I drift to one side of the game to another, in literally 2 steps to the right, I get different weather types. So if my game goes off and tells me, oh, you're in cloudy weather, oh, you're in rainy weather, all this, it's because the game thinks that I'm in 2 different cells every time. And because there is something like kind of warning out there, it's going to pop out every time.
I was going to say, because I was driving around today and I kept getting those warnings.
Yeah. You know what the worst part was? I was actually sitting here just doing some things, and then all of a sudden I see the screen go off saying, okay, you're in this weather, be careful, you're safe, and all that stuff. And I wanted to do a Go Battle League battle, and I did, and it kept popping up when I was trying to battle. So I was like, what the heck? I can't battle, I can't do any of this. Oh Lord, but that was crazy. Either way, if you guys see my gameplay go like that, we'll soon know what's going on. But that's what's going on with my game right now. But Chris, since you already said you had a good day off, I mean, anything exciting happened throughout the week? Any shinies? Anything?
Throughout the week, I don't know. I guess my most exciting thing was when we had some exciting Pokemon get added. But
Oh yeah.
other than that, I did get like a 93 or 96 Reshiram. And I was lucky enough to have it be 15 and then like 12, I think. So I might actually invest in that in the future. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. And your phone goes off. Thank you so much. It's all right. Okay, well, that's some exciting things for me. It's been an alright day. A couple of days where I felt a little bit like off work things and all that stuff. Pokemon Go really hasn't been my top priority last week, but it definitely has been welcoming one because it gets me out of like the rhythm of the usual everyday thing and everything. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that's usually how my week is. But before we continue on to our research topics, which is what we're going to be talking about all the news today, definitely going to recap about some events. Now today is June 7th 2020. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. But once again, we're here to talk about all things Pokemon Go related news, updates, and rant about the world, how it is, so because that's how we do it. I gotta get better at that. I think I'm gonna have to make sure that I put a dialogue at one point in my day.
Oh, you're good. You remembered.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's go ahead and talk about some recent events or some recent news that we had since the last podcast. The very first thing, of course, that we're gonna talk about is the Champion Special Research is in full effect. However, there is, some things that as trainers we kind of like or not, depending on what it is. Chris, you probably know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, you mean just the research we had unlocked, right?
Yes, the champion research.
I mean, the only cool thing you get from it is like in the first one. So you're doing all this work for some rewards.
Definitely.
I don't know. That's my opinion.
Right, I do understand that. Definitely a lot of research to do. Now, you guys have to know that this Champion Special Research is not time limited, just like the last 4 weeks of the other research we had. You can finish them at any time, so you can spend as much as you want to. You can buy it from the shop through the time period that they allow you to. I think you have until June 7 or 8 to buy it, and then you can of course do it alongside the other one if you complete it. And so you have the chance to do both. One of them will only give you candies for the encounters instead, and you can go about your day when it comes down to it. Now, when we started to get it in like New Zealand and the other countries where you usually get it on the local time zone, everybody started doing the first page. Then they got to the second page. The second page of the research breakthrough is win 15 raids, or at least one of the tasks to do is win 15 raids. So definitely, for a lot of people, has been kind of like a slap in the butt, because you can't really do a lot of raids when either you're in quarantine, lockdown, or even though we're softening up in those restrictions, there's not that many raids aside from level 1 raids that you can do now.
Well, yeah. For free-to-play people, it's like you're at least waiting 14 days if you saved up an extra pass.
Right.
So, yeah, for free-to-play, that's just a real slap in the face for sure.
Yeah, and even if you skip a day, you're still waiting an extra day anyways, because you can get up to 2 free break passes if you didn't do one before, or in some way or form you did one that day. That's basically the one that's like get us stuck. Like right now, I only done 2 raids, and there were remote raids that I done, clink raids all around, because it's the only shiny that I want to look into raid ones. There's not a lot in tier 2 that I want these days, and tier 3 and 4 are kind of like outside of my zone, and I don't even want to think about doing tier 5. Now this research did come on the afternoon of raid hour. We had raid hour restaurant on Wednesday, and I was planning to do some things. Unfortunately, work got up to me, and I did not go to the place I wanted to go. I was too tired, and I just say, let me just go home, because I just can't do this. So I'll definitely try to finish the research within the allotted time, but I mean, since it's not time, I don't have to like super hurry about it, so we'll do fine on that. Mm-hmm. After that, the other stacks are simplest. There's one that actually I think it says the battle 15 trainers, but with Go Battle League and friends, you can pretty much set that up pretty easily in the coming days. So the rewards are pretty good, especially since you get a lot of Galarian forms, Genesect, and some other Pokemons that usually you wouldn't be able to get unless you're like hatching eggs at best. There's also the research champion, or the champion research actually gives you the allotted time, or at least this week's of a lot of time of hatching 7k eggs, and that will contain, of course, Galarian Pokemons, Galarian Meowth, Galarian Darmanitan, Galarian Stunfisk, and their, of course, normal forms, or Cantonian, or regular forms that you actually see them. I've been hatching all of them because I do want to get like a good Darmanitan. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, we had Stunfisk in the wild, at least Galarian Stunfisk, and Galarian,
so common too.
Yeah, and Galarian Meowth is another one that it's not in the wild, but it's hatching from eggs. Now, we won't know if these Pokemon will be out in the wild. Maybe they will have the same treatment as Alolan eggs at one point. They'll be in eggs for a certain period of time until they say, okay, we can go ahead and take it out to the wild again, and we'll see them eventually. But Chris, what are your experience with this? Have you hatched anything cool, anything good? What's up?
I was pretty disappointed at first because I hatched a Galarian Stunfisk after I caught like 6 of them. And I was like, I don't really need you except for the candy maybe, so I can power one up. And then after that, I don't know if this was a glitch or something, but I swear I hatched a Hoenn Zigzagoon from a 7K. And I might have been mistaken, and it might have been a 2K, but I'm like 90% sure it was a 7K, so I was really confused.
Yeah, but, it was not a glitch. Yeah. It was not a glitch.
I did get a Galarian Zigzagoon today, though, so nice. Definitely can trade with someone.
That's great. It's not a glitch. You actually get regular Zigzagoon and Galarian Zigzagoon in the eggs. Galarian Zigzagoon is the most common of the 7Ks right now. But you get both versions, so you can get regular Meowth, regular Meowth, Galarian Meowth, regular Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, regular Darmanitan, and Galarian Darmanitan. That is the spawn pool right now on it. However, there's gonna be something that we're gonna be mentioning in our research topics for today, of course. That's going to change up a little bit, but we'll get that done in just a moment while we finish the recap, of course. So that is the first of recaps. The second one will be just our experiences with the very first downtime of Pokemon Go maintenance. The global maintenance was on June 1st, and right now it's June 7th, so it's been a full 7 days. We want to just, say what was going on and everything. Now, in my experience, because I was working, I didn't see, much change. I mean, I put down the phone, I can't touch it. I usually use the Gold Plus to restock or catch any Pokemons. But when I knew, because I was actually going into work an hour before the downtime started. And I was like, okay, let me do my spin, let me do my streak, let me do everything else that I need to do. Maybe put a Pokemon in the gym if I have to, and I'm done. So I put it down. I knew that Pokemon Go tweeted out because I can look at my watch and my Twitter notifications blows up when that happens. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to see the game. I'm not gonna see the game for a good maybe 5 hours after that. And then I went home. It was really hard not to actually open up the game though. What about you, Chris?
I did open it up just to see the message it had for the maintenance, which it was pretty nostalgic seeing that because we haven't seen that for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just decided I was going to stream because since nobody had any Pokemon Go stuff to do at that time, I was like, yo, maybe they'll want to chill out with me. It would be cool. So I had some fun with that.
Definitely. And we actually say last week that we wanted to actually see if the game still tracks your adventure sync when you go through them. I came with the realization that unfortunately I think it did. Now,
you think so?
Yes, because I was about to take a screenshot. I was like reloading the game for a second before 2:00 hit. It was loading up. I was literally halfway through the bar, and then turn 2, and the game says, "Oh, we're down." I'm like, dang it. Okay, so I did not actually get it now. However, it was Monday, so I didn't do anything before going to work, and I didn't move around a lot. I claimed my adventure secret rewards, and then it was at 0. So I knew I was at 0 during the time. I did not know how much I started after 1 to 2 before the downtime. I think it was like less than a mile at that point because I don't work in a lot of like walking environments. However, I do remember that I was walking a lot. Now, when all of this was happening throughout the time of the game, at least the developers of Niantic decided to say, hey, we're starting to roll back the game back up for players. However, and this is one of their tweets actually, we're still experiencing that we're doing maintenance and all those things. So if you log in now, you won't see the Pokemons, you won't see the stops, the gyms, and it will take us a little bit longer to finish up the maintenance because it was still not up fully yet. However, that lasted for maybe a good hour or so, and then the game actually came back up for a lot of people. A lot of people, or at least a lot of the influencers, saying, please do not enter the game yet. It will take longer or the maintenance will take longer if people are starting to come in. They want to make sure that everything's functional and everything. But again, people, you know how it is. Pokemon Go is addicting. So if you log in, you start catching Pokemons and you just never go back. So in the end, I mean, I think it was a nice normal downtime. Not a lot of people were getting worried about a lot of things, and that game really didn't change much. Actually, there was,
to my knowledge.
To my knowledge, to your knowledge and my knowledge, there was no change. I was expecting the data miners to find something. However, all they did see was probably the small changes that we're gonna see for the research break or the special research for the champion research, and then some notable changes and maybe a few other things that were gonna happen during the day or so of it. So we already knew of all this stuff that was coming along, but there was no new extra data that we didn't see in the game that would have just trigger a flag of anybody's data miners out there and be like, oh, this is something new. Maybe we'll see something cool coming up to Pokemon Go, and the speculations can go on. So that didn't happen. And at the end of the day, I feel like it was just to maintain. I did feel that the game was a bit smoother on my end. How about you?
I did feel like it felt a little bit less jittery, to be honest. And I don't really have too many problems with my phone.
Right.
But it did feel like it was a little bit nicer. I will say that.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit.
It might be like a placebo, though.
Yeah, a lot of other people still logged in, things like that. It felt like, the game could function if you didn't have a lot of network errors around there or something. So, definitely not a lot of scene. I haven't seen, like I said, after those days, and it's been 7 days since the downtime. We haven't really seen notable changes aside from everything else that's happening right now in Pokemon Go. So, with that being said, that was probably the easiest smooth time that we had, and a lot of people were able to get back in earlier. So it didn't really affect us as much as I thought it would be. I guess all these.
No, it was smooth.
Yeah,
It was smooth. It was a lot faster than I thought too.
Yeah, so not a lot of speculation there, unfortunately, since we didn't see any changes. But, we'll see how it is, and we'll continue on and develop on new information for the next few days. So hopefully, because we got a lot of stuff going on. All right, so time to talk about some research topics, Chris. Are you excited?
Oh yes, let's go.
All right, so what is our very first topic for today?
Stickers and raid invitations. Yes. Yes.
All right. So as Chris mentions, we do have some news about invitations coming into Pokemon Go and stickers. Now, you might be wondering what stickers. Now, let me get into that in just a moment. Let's just go ahead and talk about the raid invitations, which is what we wanted since the beginning of remote raid passes, introduction and everything. This is the excitement from what they've actually been saying. Now, invite friends to raid regardless of the location. Quote, regardless of the location. As we continue to make changes to Pokemon Go that further adapt the gameplay to individual settings, we're excited to announce that the ability to invite friends to raids will be rolling out soon. Rolling out soon means this month, by the end of the month, most likely. When this feature is available, you'll see a plus button, a little plus sign. Plus, if you guys can see me, it's a both in both public and private raids lobbies that you join in person. After tapping the plus button, you'll be able to invite up to 5 friends to join you. Your friends will be able to see raid invitations on their nearby screen or in push notifications. This invitation will allow them to enter the raid lobby. Your friends will use a pass only once the battle starts, not when they join the lobby. So that's actually pretty good. Now let's recap what they're saying. So you can invite 5 friends. However, that one person has to be at the location of the raid. Mm-hmm. That means that even if you were to do a remote raid pass or remote raid, you're not able to invite other people. Now, I think that's how I read it, right? It says when this feature is available, you're able to step in both public and private raids that you join in person, right? That is what I read, right?
Yeah, I believe that's what I saw too.
Yeah, so at least one person needs to be at that raid to be able to invite people. Now, a legendary Pokemon can be done with 5 people at max if you have the right raid counters and everything. So that shouldn't be a problem. For sure. And then 4 raids below, you can do it by yourself if you need to. But anyways, having the ability to invite up to 5 friends, and then this invitation will allow them to enter the raid lobby. Of course, your friends will not use a raid pass when they join the lobby. They will only use it once the battle starts. So that's actually a welcoming part of the feature, because you know how people always say, I used my raid pass, I couldn't do it with my friends.
I got kicked out.
Anything could happen, and then you're actually like, what the heck, it's like I can't do anything in that regard. We did see that they did have a whole refund on the raid passes in between. Ooh, I love that. I'll click in you in a second. So that may be actually be coming in with the feature itself. That's actually pretty good. And at that point, I'm actually kind of happy that we're actually getting something about the invitations. It's a long time coming. And, well, not really a long time. What is it, a month, 2 months at this point?
Ever since they had raids, I'm sure we definitely could have used this sooner. But I'm very happy that they added it.
Yeah. Now, again, we're still speculating if this feature of both remote raiding and invitations will stick around after this whole world pandemic is over, once we are actually away from this whole new normal that we have right now. But I do think that this is actually a feature, at least in my opinion. I do think that it's a feature that's gonna continue on even after everything that's going on, because
I agree.
Remote raid passes are still discounted, so they know that they're gonna raise the prices on that once everything is over. And this whole invitation feature seems to actually say, hey, you got friends around the world, let's battle with them, Howie.
Dude, I'm really interested in it for streams because if we can do some Pokemon Go streams on the like walk and everything,
Oh yeah.
then we can invite everyone watching. And
Well,
well, not everyone, but 5 lucky people. I think that'd
yes,
be cool.
definitely. So when that happens, we'll definitely set something out on our Discord. I did put it in the description on the YouTube side. If you are live, then of course, you can just go !Discord. You can join us. And then I'll put it in the podcast feeds, of course, so you guys can join it. If anybody's listening out there, make sure that you do, because we're going to be going ahead and do our raid parties. Up to 5 people, of course, to mention where we're going to be if you want to be with us during the raids. Now, to finish up the blog post, or at least to finish up this part of the blog post, while the feature is released after the highly anticipated legendary Pokemon Reshiram has already left raids, fear or not, the past white Pokemon will be back in raids in the future, so you'll have another chance to face off against it and test your resolve for truth. So we know it's gonna come after next week. At least that much we know, because once he leaves, we're gonna have Sekrom, and Sekrom is gonna be another one of those Pokemon that we're gonna definitely welcome into our Pokédex and our battle teams. Thank you.
He's such a cool Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
such a cool Pokemon.
Definitely. But yeah, that's invitations. They're coming. Be excited. Be hyped. Whatever else you need to be. But for now, we'll stick with more raid passes and regular raid passes. You haven't done any more raid passes every time you go out or anything?
Personally, I've been saving mine.
Okay.
In case I need them in the future. But I've just been using the regular raid pass with one of my friends, and we've been pretty lucky. We can actually trio Reshiram right now, which really surprised me because I thought it was one that you needed like 4 or 5 for.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was nice.
Yeah, so there's definitely more to what invitations can do, but right now this is the best of what they've given us. We don't know if it's gonna be like an extra invitation every time you enter a lobby or anything like that, but at least one person has to be in there. So if we're gonna ever set this up with other people, we do have at least one of us to be there to be able to do, let's say, a stream. If I say I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna do a raid with you, you gotta be out there, get a raid going, and then you can invite your friends, or anybody in the Discord in that matter. And then we'll switch over, we'll help us out. We'll see how it goes. So now it's part 2 of what this blog post is about, and that is what Chris mentioned, is stickers coming into Pokemon Go. Now, this is a more of a quality of life update, something that maybe just helps, benefit our friendships more. Chris, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I think between friends, I think it makes it a little bit more, I don't want to say random, but it makes it less predictable, I guess, because then your friend could kind of give a personalized sticker on your gift. And I'm really interested to see what they come up with, because the 2 they show is like a little Bulbasaur saying bye, and then like it looks like an annoyed Pikachu saying "oh yeah." So I'm interested to see if they have like some really just spicy ones, to kind of annoy your friends.
For me, and a teamful hat to this, that maybe they'll be able to sponsor some specific places to put stickers into the game. So,
dude,
it could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't, but it is like a welcome way of saying, hey, we want to start doing stickers, but we don't have the ability to, make stickers every single time.
Dude, like stickers from Go Fest.
Yeah, there we go.
That's so cool.
Specific stickers or exclusive stickers that you'll be able to use only when you're like in a certain place, a certain event, or something similar. So you'll have like, Niantic has all the sponsors in the world right now, or at least all the sponsors they have, like Samsung. It has sponsors, or Starbucks, or be like, things like that. So maybe they can customize the stickers not to be just Pokemon or Pokemon Go related, but sponsor stuff that will be at the location. So this is something that will expand, let's say, how we see the world again. It's like, oh, we're gonna send a gift to a friend, put the sticker from this location specifically.
I see it as a small change, but I'm super excited about it because it's such a fun addition to the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm some kind of like speculating and be like, okay, this is cool. This is something that we can use. Now, let me read exactly what they wanted to say. Sending gifts to friends just got more personalized. Want to show a friend how much you appreciate them? Soon you'll be able to add a special sticker to gift to send. When this feature rolls out, you'll get a set of stickers for free right before you send a gift to a friend. Tap add sticker and put a sticker to attach. At launch, there will be 5 stickers available. You can see a sticker only once, so be sure to stock up on more by opening gifts. In the future, you'll be able to purchase some designs from the shop. So I kind of was half right to this. You'll be able to get stickers when you open the gift, so I'm not sure if it's going to be in the same pool of, let's say, opening like 10 or 15 Pokeballs and all that stuff. However, in the future, they'll add more in the shop so you can buy stickers for your friends. Now, they're monetizing their way of doing things, just like doing the clothes and customizing.
They're smart.
So Niantic knows what they're doing, and knows that there is a specific, I don't say audience for this.
I would say community.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be people that love stickers for sure.
Right. But everybody's a community. But we know that there is like different audiences. Let's say the raid audience, the PvP audience, the battle audience, whatever else that we have. Or even the AR, Go Snapshot audience. This will be another audience that people want. A collection of stickers that people want and say, hey, I want all the stickers. Give me all the stickers. Things like that. Another collection to go through.
A sticker decks now.
Oh my God. Oh, Lord. Yeah, but that's basically what stickers is all about. It's just going to be a little bit fun. As you guys can see, we're excited because we do want to actually see how this is going to roll out, but we don't know how the masses are going to be afterwards. So
I don't see how they could mess it up.
Yeah.
I think it's actually going to be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, those are stickers in Pokemon Go, guys. They're coming soon. This is all right. All right. Aside from the excitement from that, we have way more news to talk about. So the next research topics that we're gonna talk about is what, Chris?
Latios and Latios Special Raid Weekend. I'm really excited for this because I have neither of their shinies. Yes.
Hey.
Oh my God.
I do. Oh no, but. Okay, so let me compose myself for a second. Latios and Latias, sit back for another special Raid Weekend event. Trainers, the legendary Latios and Latias are coming back to Raid Battles for a special weekend event. These Eon Pokemon haven't been seen in the sky since January of this year, so be sure to catch them during this weekend before they are flying again. And I said that backwards. From Friday, June 12th at 8 a.m. to Monday, June 15th at 10 p.m. local time, the legendary Pokemon Latios and Latias will be back. They're both psychic types, and they bring along other dragon types such as Rayquaza and Alga. They're also weak to Ice, Bug, Fire, Dark, and Fairy type attacks, so recommended the Pokemon to run out your raid battle teams as Tyranitar, Togekiss, or Manaswine. We kind of already know what Latios and Latias are. Definitely it's a Pokemon that has already been shiny. We had it both in raids, we had it in shiny raids, we had it in research breakthrough boxes. So we know the Latios and Latias is a more specific kit. What is with the low tats?
They want you to get that shiny, boy.
Oh my God. Anyway, that is weird because it's just a Gen 3 spawn that usually doesn't spawn in like cloudy weather. Either way, I just got distracted. Anyways, Latios and Latias, we had shinies, and as Chris mentioned, he doesn't have any of the shinies, so he wants to do them. We hope that this is also, well, unfortunately, it's actually during the time that Reshiram's still in raids, so we know that invitations are still not live during that time.
Sadly. Yeah.
Sadly. So if not, I would have joined him more than welcomely, or I will search for the legendaries to go out and invite some people out there for sure. So he can, stream it and see if he can get it on his shiny and be like that and everything, However, it's not uncommon to see recycled Pokemon coming back for a weekend. We had Kyogre and Groudon, Lugia and Ho-Ho. I'm actually thinking, and this is more speculation in a fashion sense, the legendary birds, we actually haven't seen them in quite a bit of time. Now, we did see them in the Giovanni special research, which, cool. We had 3 months of that where, you can finish it up, get at least one of the legendary shadow legendary birds, yada, yada, yada. Cool. But we didn't have the shiny forms return. We didn't see them in raids. If you guys have been following me and Chris, we know that the DLC for the armor in Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming up. It's actually coming up on the 17th of June. And, there's some additions to the game. Now, in one of their trailers that came out a few days ago, they did mention that the Count Tronda, which is part 2, which is coming later this year, will be coming with new legendaries and new forms of the legendary birds that we have, the Galarian legendary birds, which, in my opinion, they're all super cool looking.
Oh, yeah.
However, this is an speculation moment. We haven't seen the regular birds in a while. And we know the Galarian Pokemons can be in Pokemon GO right now. You see where I'm going with this, Chris?
I think so.
Yeah. So it may be a speculation to say that once the legendary birds, the Galarian forms of the birds, are out in Pokemon Sword and Shield, we may see them coming into Pokemon GO respectively as a promotional way. It's
kind of like Armored Mewtwo.
Kind of like Armored Mewtwo.
Not exactly,
but still, it was something similar to that if you think about it. So that's coming later this year. So again, we probably won't see the birds until then. But right now we have Latios and Latias. Again, they just want to give us maybe more legendaries to battle Saccharum and Reshiram in raids because some of them are only immune to dragon types and all that. So it's a welcome addition, and if you haven't got a shiny, go get the shiny. It's nice and easy. Well, not really easy. As for me, I did have 2 shiny Latios that I got from the Research Breakthrough boxes. Yeah, thank you.
Lucky.
And I am missing the Latias. I did get one traded to me, but I do want, of course, a Latias to be able to have on my own. Just because it's a nice addition in that sense. Either way, Latios and Latias, thank you very much for coming by. We hope to see many of you coming out with some shinies. Make sure that you tweeted at us and check us out because we want to hear from you.
I was going to say, flex it in the Discord, man.
Yeah, we have the Discord. Might as well flex it there. Go ahead. So, Chris, that's, of course, the one piece of news, second piece of news. But what is the next one?
Ooh, yeah, I'm actually really excited about this one because we were all really worried about what was in these 7-kilometer eggs.
Yeah,
so we're having a shakeup with the Alolan and the Galar Pokemon.
Definitely. So, as Chris mentioned, the Galarian Pokemons will be here to stay. However, there will be similar to what Alolan eggs or Alolan Pokemons have been introduced into the game. Before this, we had the fossil shakeup, so any of the 7K eggs will hatch any of the fossil Pokemons, which in the end of the day really wasn't that good. But it's still kind of nice to see another change and setups to what 7K eggs can be. Now, when the 7K eggs came around, we all called it Alolan eggs. Now we cannot call them that anymore, because they will have hatching Galarian Pokemons too. So, trainers, it appears that something strange will be happening to eggs that you receive from gifts. Certain Pokemons, Alolan and Galarian forms, will be hatching from 7K eggs. We aren't sure how long this phenomenon will last, but we can assure you that the Professor Willow is on the case. I think he's been on the case since the time we got them, When the Throwback Challenge event ends on Monday, June 8th, which is actually tomorrow, at 1 p.m. local time, the following will only be hatching from 7K eggs until further notice. Galarian Meowth, Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Darumaka, Galarian Stunfisk, Alolan Sandrew, Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Diglett, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Geodude, and Alolan Grimer. We've seen some of them already out in the wild, so it's not like we don't need to have them all the time.
Yeah.
But the pool is probably going to be 50% Alolan, 80 or 20% Galarian.
I can see that.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm kind of glad that the fossils are going away. I'm still missing one fossil out of the Generation 5, which is the Tortuga thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to hatch that for sure. But the Galarian additions will definitely be nice additions to what we have now. Again, they will be hatching from 7K eggs. We won't know if the shiny will be released or any of the shiny Galarian Pokemon will be released. We have already all the Alolan stuff. But again, it's still nice to have more shiny chances and some good Pokemon that we need from those eggs specifically.
Oh, yeah.
However, I do think that something like Zigzagoon will probably go way out of the 7K eggs as soon as the research with Professor Willow's research is over with this.
I can see that.
Which probably is, later down the line, mostly because they don't want to keep, something like a Meowth or Zigzagoon in eggs. I can still see Darumaka and Stunfisk, but just because those are good PvP Pokemons and Pokemons that are rarely seen in the wild right now. We don't even see them in the wild, right? Their regular forms anyways, aside from probably Stunfisk. But, the shakeup will be there. We'll be able to see them. And it's kind of nice to see them, appear more. Now, I can't call them Alolan eggs anymore. I already mentioned this, but it's kind of sad because I'm so used to it now. But 7K eggs, I'll see if there will be another Anonymum at one point. Chris, any more final thoughts on this maybe?
I'm kind of, like, since you said they're probably going to take Zigzagoon out of the eggs, I really expect to see the Galarian either out in the wild or in a quest for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're going to let you get it because everybody wants it right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and once Shiny Zigzagoon comes out, I'm going hard mode on that, so.
Oh, yeah, same.
But yeah, that's our potential new Pokemons coming out next week, which is tomorrow. Anyways. But yeah, we got one more piece of news before we get into our PvP section, and I think we have more than enough time to talk about this. But Chris, we will probably be talking about our APK mine that came out a couple of days ago. Now, usually I go to data miners to see all their news and updates, and I am in their Discord, so I see like real life updates when it comes to the game's game code. However, I'm gonna go to Pokemon Go Hub for all the information that it's been put in a nice summary for me because I don't have to read like lines of text every single time. Again, I do want to say a disclaimer, of course. Data mining is breaking terms of service. However, we are not doing what they're doing. We're just releasing the information that is already out there in the world. So, with that being said, let's get into this data mine. So, once again, we'll be spoilers ahead. Weedle Community Days quests are actually being implemented into the game. And then, of course, there will be a special research that you can buy, probably for $1, most likely. They will let you, encounter Weedle more often, get a shiny. Pretty cool coming up, since the Community Day is actually probably... not too long from now, right? I don't remember the exact date anymore, but I know for sure that it's coming.
Community Day?
Yeah, Community Day Weedle. It's coming this month.
Oh, is it in June?
Oh.
Let me check that really quick.
Yeah, while he checks that, real quick, I'm gonna say hi to the chat, which I haven't said that anything here. Anima, thank you for coming. Papercut, Manny, the Gaming Zombie. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Papercut, I think I already mentioned. Yes, we're more than excited about everything that's going on in Pokemon Go for sure. But yeah, so the hero situation is the special research that we're gonna have with Weedle. The 20th looks like to be the date that Community Day is going to be. Actually, I think it hasn't been really released in the news here either, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see it in Pokemon Go. So let me see if they actually released the date.
Yeah, they will definitely have something up in the next few days. I think it's coming between this weekend or next weekend. That we see it coming.
Oh, apparently it's supposed to be on June 20th.
June 20th?
At least according to Google.
All right. Sorry, guys, that I didn't get all the information when I needed to. My bad. But thank you, chat, for that. That's what I have you for.
Thank you, Zombie.
Thank you, Zombie. But yeah, so Community Day, special research, we kind of knew that was coming. New friend list sort option. So you'll be able to, the ability to search your friends list who are online, offline, online notifications that, we're going to see if you go online or offline. Now, they did say that hopefully this is an option that you can opt out because we don't want to, see that your friend is online and you kind of stalk them come the way. So, yeah. I think this is the most exciting of them all. A little code that text that says Lunatone and Solrock appearing in different regions. As you guys know, those are regional Pokemons. Their migration happened over a year ago, and their shinies are out. So, Chris, do you have a shiny Solrock?
No, I don't have either, man.
So it's best to your interest and you go hunting soon.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, because I do have one shiny Solrock, and the ability, and that was actually kind of nice. And I'm just a little surprised when I was actually out hunting before this whole quarantine stuff happened. I caught it last year around April, so it's kind of nice. It's been sitting in my box this entire time. However, their migrations will be welcome because now we can get the other shiny. This was at least teased about Loomis and Boltbeat to be switched over to, but I think they stopped that because of everything that was going on during the time off. So
yeah,
Lunatone, it's one of the shinies I really want because it's a blue shiny and I like blue shinies. It looks like it may happen on the 20th. However, we don't know if this date will change. So Chris, you got 13 days.
Maybe I'll drive down Manatee. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, the event should be over. The champion event should be over by then. So you'll see maybe more Pokemons out than usual that you will probably don't see. I suggest just go to the most located areas and be careful out there because there's still a dangerous wall out there. There's information about stickers being recently announced, of course, so they will see more things going in. And then, of course, a Titan AR, which is something that goes with the Pocket Stop scanning and the AR inclusion for photo scanning and everything. So that's really the most summarized part of the APK. There's really not much after that, but again, it's another week, so it's definitely going to be more exciting. Maybe we'll see like a little of because we know that the Solstice event, which is happening soon too, on around the June 20 something, and then the Bug Up event is also coming out soon. So maybe, just maybe, because Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out with the DLC, maybe we'll see something. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that's really all the research topics we have, right, Chris? Really not too much that you see that you might have mentioned or anything. I can't really remember.
No, I just took a look over it.
Okay, cool. All right, so it's time for a PP Week section. Get good, get wrecked. Let's do this, Chris. So
let's go.
As you guys know, Ultra League has been out. So Go Battle League, Ultra League, it's time to do some battles. Now, because we are in a stream setup right now, and anybody who's in Apple Podcast will definitely have you watch some clips from Twitch, or if you want to go to the YouTube side, you can watch any of the battles that we do here live. But Chris, are you ready? Because we are going to go live with you guys to battle each other in a team format of Ultra League. Now, we didn't tell each other anything about our teams. We're just gonna go ahead at it blind, and we're gonna see how it goes. Now, I'm going to hide the screen here and invite Chris, so that way he doesn't see it.
I'll look away too, just in case.
But I will invite Chris on an Ultra League match here, since we're best friends. We can do it remotely. And I'm gonna choose my team that I go through, and now I can actually let you guys see. All right. Once Chris gets the notification, we should be there. We're gonna just see the chat real quick.
Go easy on me, baby.
We'll see.
Should be getting it soon.
Yep, we'll see.
There we go.
All right, time to do some battles. Let's see if we can commentate while we play, but we'll check it out for sure.
At least this is the team I ran the first iteration. I don't really run. I haven't done Go Battle League this time yet.
All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Ah, come on.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, God. I hate Articuno.
Ooh. Yeah, you see that it's shiny too?
Yeah, I see it. What's the reviews on that?
Not good.
Okay. So you're just flexing the shiny?
Y'all. Ooh, what are you going for? Ooh. Okay, Dark Pulse? Okay. I'm like, I'll die before I shield a acid spray.
Big one there. All right. Well, if I'm going down with a fight.
Honestly,
Right?
I'm the same way. Ooh, nice. That was a good play, actually. Poliwrath? Okay.
All right, so I started with a Muk. He went with Articuno, and of course we will go ahead and battles. See how things go. Let's see. All right.
I'm one of the few people that run Shadow Claw still.
No, actually, I think the Shadow Claw, because of the debuffs on Ancient Power, is still not doing that great. You know, I think Shadow Claw is actually your best bet on here. All right.
I'm honestly surprised that more people don't run. At least from what I've heard, all the content creators I watch say that they've been seeing a lot of Dragon Breath people go rampant.
Definitely. Definitely because of Articuno and a lot of different other Pokemon that are actually coming up. There's definitely more say that you want to run this Pokemon instead with this move. I think Cresselia is actually something that's been showing up a lot more these days.
Oh yeah. They buffed Cresselia way too much.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, I did not expect to see him. I did not expect to see a Charizard.
Well, now that I know that you have both Dragon Claw and Shadow, I think we're fine here. I may lose this.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I see your plan.
Guys. I did some questionable moves there, that's for sure. All right. If he has energy, I'm done for, guys. Could be done for, guys. Yep. All right, that's GG's.
GG's, boy. Honestly, your team was just unlucky to mine.
Well, not really. I've seen plenty of Pokemon that I can use against that. It's just my way of switching was a little too aggressive, I think.
I did like your attempt at a sack swap.
Yeah.
In between.
Yeah, definitely.
That was smart.
I do try to do that whenever I know that there is a Pokemon that's about to die and things like that. So I do try my best, but you did win with a shield up, so I know that a fact that I was gonna lose either way. So
I was trying to go for 2 shields. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, well, it is what it is on that. Anyways, Ultra League, it's more of the kind of like a lot of people don't really like it, but there are some Pokemon there that can do the damage needed. Now, I run a team that's basically enough counters for both Giratina, the Dragon types, some Flyers, and then of course the Venusaur's matchups and all that stuff. So, Lolamok, it's actually still pretty good because spamming dark pulse or spamming the gunshot, nobody really expects the gunshot when they don't see the energy.
Especially with all the Cresselia, everybody's running Cresselia now.
Oh yeah,
because it got so good with the Moonblast with the possible debuff.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane.
Well, we also saw the addition of Galarian Oxtagon. I really can't call it Galarian Oxtagon. I'm just gonna call it Oxtagon. And the buff that Nice can do. So I seen a lot of Scizors in the matchups. I seen that's why I've been running Charizard too, because Scizor just dies to it. But definitely seeing a little bit of switch up in the Ultra League for sure, and a lot of content creators have been using Galarian Oxtagon for that reason. So it's definitely a interesting way of doing things. But again, you gotta know your switches, you gotta know your matchups, and hopefully you know what kind of moves the Pokemon have. So that is Ultra League for now. Soon we'll be able to battle in the Master League, and of course we'll also be talking about the Premier Cup, which will run alongside the Master League there. So yeah, but Chris, another part of a PV6 section, since you're already so hyped up over that battle. What you got for me on this Silph Arena Sorceress Cup?
So I've been in a tournament right now. There's only one that I have that's active at the moment for Sorceress Cup, and it's a Spanish-speaking tournament. So I've just been using Google Translate like nonstop. We actually have 8 elite trainers in there. There's actually more elite trainers than there are ace trainers, and I'm an ace trainer personally.
Oh, nice.
So if you don't know, Sorceress Cup is a Silph Cup, which is just a meta that they try to close the amount of Pokemon that are allowed. There's Ice type, Poison type, Fairy type, Psychic type, and Normal types allowed, and you just can't use Shadows. Pokemon with second moves more than 50,000 Stardust. You can't use Dugong, Raichu, Alolan, Obstagoon, or Lanoon, Galarian. But really, the only Pokemon that I've had any trouble with is Azumarill, because if you don't bring a Grass type for this cup, I'd say like Venusaur is probably the most common one. Then Azu is just gonna like have a really good standing against your team. But I've been pretty lucky with, especially if people have it in the back, because I can usually pair it up against my Skuntank, and just the poison jabs take out a bunch, and then Toxicroak can come in and sludge bomb it usually.
Right.
But dude, it is scary.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely some nice additions. Of course, Asu seemed like a good Pokemon, but you did say that he is ranked lower than expected in this meta, right?
Oh, actually, he used to be ranked lower, but now he's actually rank 2.
Okay.
He used to be like rank 8,
All right.
but I guess they moved him up because of his usage is actually helping him a lot.
Definitely. But yeah, I mean, the Sorcerer's Cup seems interesting once again. I do really like how Silph Arena just picks this kind of cups. I just don't know how they, throughout an entire month, they pick so many good ways to play this.
They have like a whole team set up. That's what is insane to me.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Samuel, thank you very much for subbing to the channel. But yeah. Thank you very much, Silph Arena. Actually, one last thing that I completely forgot to mention and put in the show notes is that the Continental Cups are actually, or the invitation for Continental matchups are out there for the people who were able to win the regionals matches. And of course, our very own and one of our good friends that was actually recently in the podcast, Speediest Chief, has actually made his invitation.
Yes.
So he is ready to go. Hopefully, if you guys do know Speediest Chiefs, I will try to put his Twitter in different ways. Definitely cheer him on. He is a local player from our community.
Love him.
And we want to make sure that he does well. We want to see him in Worlds. We want to see him to the top of the world, through the best trainers in the world, of course. But again, make sure that you guys cheer him on. Speediest Chief 2 on YouTube, and I think he is on Twitter, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. I'm following him. I'm sure you're following him too, so they can find him that way.
Yeah, that's the reason why I actually know that he was doing that. So let me get him his Twitter handles. Chief2 Speediest. I'm guessing he couldn't do the other way around when he was on Twitter. But definitely cheer him on. We will definitely cheer him on and see how his battles are. I'll put it in the chat, and then I'll put it on in other places where you guys can see him. So definitely a lot going on in the world of PvP. But that's almost the end of the podcast today. However, there is one last thing that I do want to mention, and it is kind of a heavy topic. And that's why I wanted to put it at the end of this podcast. And it's never really easy to talk about these things, mostly because of how everything is going in the world. So, Chris, first I'm going to say my statement. If you want to say your statement afterwards, that is fine. As you guys know, right now the world is going through a racial profiling crisis. The black community, unfortunately, has been getting racial profiling to a point where it's getting more dangerous as it comes along. Now, this all happened over a death of a fellow black community member with the police in the United States. Unfortunately, I don't want to go too much into details. It is a graphic moment. He has passed away because of that, and we want to make sure that you guys are aware that where we stand as a community and as the podcast that you go for news, because this is affecting not just the black community but everybody who's listening and supports the black community out there. So the Black Lives Matters, the movements that has happened because of all this, we want to make sure that you guys are aware that we do support all of the Black Lives movements out there. We want to help them out as much as possible. We want to make sure that this revolution sticks around, because it's kind of gotten to a point where, unfortunately, racism, it's out there, and it's just, it's definitely hit the black community more than ever this last few days. So if you guys haven't seen the news, there's definitely protesters, riots, to make sure that justice is served to the right people, that their lives are not being expended because of everything that's happening. And unfortunately, again, since it's a heavy topic, it is coming from the heart that we are with the Black Lives Matter community. We want to make sure that we help us out. So I did put in a link, and I'll show it in the chats right there for you guys. If you guys can go to that website and actually sign petitions, text, call, donate, help out the protesters, anything that you might want to do. The people out there that, unfortunately, again, guys, this is coming from the heart. This is not a script or anything for it. I want to make sure that you guys can help out if you can. It's not just that it's not just certain people. It's the whole community out there. Racism is something that has been close to me specifically, because as you guys can see, I am Hispanic, but it has hurt them more than anybody else out there. So as a Hispanic, I do want to extend my help to anybody. If you guys have been affected by this, make sure that you do what you can to talk to the right people, talk to a friend, talk to a coworker, talk to anybody that you can trust, you can see, and then if you can help, if you have the ability to help, there are places out there. If you type Black Lives Matters, there's many websites out there that you can go. Make sure you go to the right websites. The one that I posted is one that Pokemon Master Holly has been mentioning for the last few days. But again, it's just, you can be a change, and we can help, and we want to help you be that change, and we want to be a change too. So, Chris, I think that's mostly what I wanted to say. What's more than what you want to say?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to add a little bit.
Go ahead.
It's been pretty wild to see just the spark that's been happening recently. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been a movement for a while, but there's just been a lot more going on recently, I believe. And I just hope everything is calmed down and everything is resolved for the betterment of everyone.
Yeah.
Very, very soon, so everyone feels safe and welcome in this community.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, so we want to be a community that helps out. We don't want to just be a community mostly of information. If you guys are, again, if you guys are impressed by it or anything out there, we are here to help. We are here to listen. We don't, out of nowhere say, hey, you're one of those people because of skin color or age or ethnicity or anything like that. For any case of point, if you want to be listened, be listened. We have ears. We want to hear you guys. But yeah, definitely, if you want to be heard, talk to somebody. Do whatever best you can to let it all out, because I know that it's some hard times out there for everybody, especially for the Black community out there. And if in either way, again, if you can help out, even if it's just $1 or so, just, whatever it is that it is, go out there. And, again, it's affecting us all because, we play outside, and the riots, the protesters are out there. Some are more dangerous than others. So even if you were out there to play just Pokemon Go, you just never know what could happen. So be safe out there, guys. Be who you can be. You're a human being just like us. We're all human beings here. We want to play. We want to be in a safe environment, and we want to be the best community out there for you guys. So thank you for listening, guys. Again, thank you, Chris, for listening to this. It's definitely something that I wanted to share with everybody. So, but yeah, let's try to, calm down a little bit more. I do want to say thank you to everybody who's listening to the podcast. If anybody in the podcast world is out there, make sure that if you want to listen to more, email us at, or you want to be heard, email us at thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Text us or voice message at 941-417-9243. If you are in podcast feeds, we are in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, many more places out there. And again, just be out there for you guys. We want to be out there for you guys. So Chris has been a wonderful, wonderful ghost host today. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, my boy.
And everybody out there in the community who has been in our chats for our live stream, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. It has been this is the end of the podcast, of course. Go out there, play some Pokemon Go if you can. We'll definitely want to hear from you guys, so make sure you tweet us anything that you want to do. We want to make sure that it's a safe environment. I'm gonna keep saying that every time we're out there, and even Niantic has put in a statement to make sure that they help out the communities out there, and everybody has been a welcoming addition to what Niantic has said. So we may probably put that later on, but definitely for now, want to say thank you. Chris, take it away.
Okay, I just want to add really quick, after what you just said, hashtag thank you Niantic. As per usual, they've been really good recently. It's been a really good week in Pokemon Go. It looks like next week's going to be real fun too. I'm interested to see what they do for Pokemon Go Fest, because it looks like they're trying to bring everyone together no matter how far. So we're going to be able to play with you guys, so that might be really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. It's been a really good week, guys. Okay.
Thank you so
Peace
much,
out, guys.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Have a good night.